to Village in Motion. I'm Marcia Boyles, your host this morning, and I'm delighted to start the Village in Motion after the 4th of July with our Community Resources representative, staff member, Kelly Lexander. I'm going to get that right, Kelly. I have mangled your name before, and I apologize. Kelly, you're going to give us an update on what's going on in Community Resources this morning.
Yes. Thank you for having me here this morning. I want to just quickly go back and talk about that village fair we had last week.
Yes.
If we're going to get into it, that was one of our biggest fairs. I know you were there, Marcia, and I hope a lot of people had to. That was the village fair last
And Kelly,
Thursday.
It was very well organized. I think we all felt good about the way the flow of folks went,
Yeah.
about the representation. It was very well done.
Good.
You're to
Thank
be
you.
congratulated.
Thank you. And I hope everybody who came out got to see the wide variety of groups we have here. We had 105 groups represented at the fair that day.
Right?
Yes, that's our biggest fair to date. So I hope people went out and saw what we have to offer. We have so many groups here. There's something for everybody. And I also like to say if there's something people didn't find and they wanted to start their own group, it's as easy as can be. They can just come see me in my office and we can get it started, whether it's a comic book group or coupon clipping. I don't know. It could be anything new. We could start it here. So yeah, the fair, we had a wide variety of groups, very diverse. So with that, I'm going to transition to Diversity Week, which is this month. We have a bunch of events coming up, and this is a kind of a big collaborative effort between the Diversity Committee here on campus, and Community Resources has a little bit to do with the final expo. But
When is it?
Yes, so we have a full week coming up, Diversity Week, and this is going to start on Monday, July 18th, and close with the Diversity Expo, which is going to be that Thursday, July 21st.
Doesn't it actually start on that Sunday?
Yes, so it not technically included.
Not technically.
But you're right, Marcia. We do have kind of a little small kickoff to Diversity Week and getting something new. We have the Washington Area Gay Men's Chorus, a little ensemble coming here on Sunday, July 17th, to the Conference Center in Hunters Crossing. So their performance is at 2:30.
Now that's part of the concert series.
That is part of the concert series. So just normal concert, $5, or if you have the season ticket, you can go. But the exciting thing is, after the chorus has their performance, upstairs in the cards area, there's going to be what we call a pride reception following the chorus. So probably about 3:30, I would think, when the concert ends. And now this is a collaborative effort between the PFLAG group here and Community Resources. So it's kind of been a fun time working with the PFLAG group here, but it's going to be food, some light food. We'll have like little desserts, maybe some cheese, wine, sparkling cider. So there's something for everybody, and it's just meant to be a warm, welcoming environment where everyone can mingle. We have invited the men of the chorus to come if they have some time to mingle. But it's on a Sunday, so bring your grandkids. It's just going to be a fun time. Bring your family members. Just a time of acceptance and just light mingling. So that will be fun, and that's kind of, I guess, it's the start to Diversity Week, because that is the Sunday, July 17th. So if we roll from that right into Diversity Week, on Monday we have a film screening, actually. That's July 18th. We're going to be screening a movie called Gen Silent, and that's going to be in the theater at 2 o'clock. And we also have a moderator who's going to be hosting a Q&A afterwards. And I think you know who the moderator is.
Well, this was a moderator that Elka Martin suggested by the name of Dr. Woody, and she is apparently a psychologist who deals primarily with LGBT issues, and has moderated this particular. We could talk a little bit about that film because it was so impressive. It's a documentary which has won all kinds of awards, and it is about a group of LGBT elders who are in various stages of health or non-health and some of the issues that they're facing. The PFLAG group, Human Resources asked the PFLAG group and some of the staff members and the Diversity Committee to preview that last week. And we found it very moving, just very finely done. as I say, it's won all kinds of awards, and we just thought it was splendid. So I hope the community will come out and take a look at this. I think aging LGBT issues is not something that much of anybody has thought about or certainly has documented. So it was very well done.
Yes, and so the movie is at 2 p.m. and it's open to staff and to residents. So we're hoping.
Oh, it is.
Yes.
And all right. Good.
And the movie having to deal with LGBT seniors is really important to a community like this for staff and residents to see something like this. So that's going to be our big kickoff to Diversity Week. So we hope we get a big crowd, 2 p.m. Just come before dinner or something, and learn a little bit, enjoy a. I would say what's a good word for that movie? It was very eye-opening for me. And
yes, it really was eye-opening and really quite moving.
Yes.
I think one of the things that we all found sort of significant about this too, Kelly, is the fact that corporate actually purchased that documentary. It's quite expensive, and they purchased it apparently, from what HR says, to share among all the Erickson communities.
Yes.
So this was a corporate effort, which I think is impressive.
Yeah, it has been shown at other communities already, so we're going to...
Oh, has it?
Yeah, so we're going to just add to that and give it back, and we'll keep, going around the Erickson communities with that. Okay, so that's the kickoff to Diversity Week, July 18th, 2 p.m. in the theater. Then the next day, Tuesday, July 19th, we have kind of a fun little lunch event. Now this is going to be called a Americana-themed lunch. So we're going back American style on this one.
Right.
But the interesting thing about this is it's going to be taking place in the Jefferson dining room for lunch.
For lunch,
yes.
Okay, which normally, of course, it's not open.
Exactly. So we have from Eli, the director of dining, has gracefully given us this Jefferson dining room lunch. So this is going to be open to staff and residents as well. So this will take place at lunchtime, 11:30 to 1, and Americana themed. So it's going to have barbecue, the baked beans, corn, kind of your typical American style
summer
barbecue.
Picnic style.
Yep. And so
now, is there a cost to this?
Yeah, so it is a $5 lunch, but it's going to be set up in the Jefferson, so it's that kind of buffet style,
Right.
But $5, that's not a bad deal. Right. And there will be a banjo player there as well, a live banjo player. So it's kind of fun.
Yes.
Do something out of the norm. Come down to the Jefferson on Tuesday, July 19th to keep going with Diversity Week.
That sounds like fun.
Yeah. So to keep going with Diversity Week on Wednesday, the next day, they're just going to do... The Diversity Committee will stand outside of the front gates kind of in the morning and hand out a little small happy, they call them, just a little gift to somebody as they drive through the gates. And I'm not going to give away what it will be, just a little something. So if you're running your errands or you have an appointment in the morning, make sure to say hi to those Diversity Committee folks out there.
You might want to talk a little bit about who the Diversity Committee is.
Yeah, so that Diversity Committee is one of our staff committees put on by our HR, our Human Resources here. And it's comprised of different staff members from different areas. I'm a member of the Diversity Committee. It's chaired by Yolanda Ruiz, who's over in Garden Ridge. We also have Tamika Mitchell, the Director of Human Resources on our committee. And then a bunch of other people from
Jim Bell,
we have Reverend Jim Bell. We have Janet Story from General Services. We have other people from Garden Ridge.
There are a few residents on it, aren't there?
There's a couple. We do have... We like to hear from the residents, obviously, when we're doing big events like this Diversity Week. Indra Milani has been a big part in planning this expo with us. We've had her talk about what she likes, with whether it's entertainers or the food. So we do have the input when we need it. We reach out to you. And again, the PFLAG group was helpful with the film screening. So it's always a collaboration. But the committee is filled with just different departments. We even have Rachel from sales just joined. It's just a bunch of heads together that make this possible. So this Diversity Week is the first time we've done a full week of events.
Yes, that is brand new.
Yes, usually it's just the expo, which I'll get to that too. It's not going to be a small feat. It will be definitely a big expo like you're used to.
Terrific.
But just with a little extra.
And is that also that week?
Yes. So the final grand finale of Diversity Week is Thursday, July 21st, and this is the big Diversity Expo. So it's at 11 a.m. to 2 p.m., in the Hunters Crossing Conference Center. So we have all new lineup of entertainment coming this year. I think we have a Hawaiian dancer. There's going to be someone doing the tango. We have, I think it's four different acts, and it's all different that you haven't seen before. We also sat down with Chef Michael and Eli to talk about menu, and it's all new items that are going to be there. So this is free and open to everybody, and you get like little samples of different stations we're going to have. I think there's 5 stations that'll be around the room, just in different areas of the country, so you can sample some new stuff. But they're a menu. They're really coming up with some new stuff. So I would come check it out.
With 5 stations, there's going to be a lot of eating.
Yes, lots of eating. It's free. We also have resident groups who are going to be having a table there, along with outside vendors. So our resident groups are just groups that have different diverse themes with their groups. So we have political parties, we have social groups, we have language groups and religious groups. So it's just a full range there, and then there's also going to be outside vendors coming in to sell different things. I think kind of typical to the past with just people coming in from outside. So it's going to be a full day. I would say if you can get down there, you might want to hang out, because I'm saying these entertainment acts are going to be happening every 30 minutes during the show.
They are.
So constant entertainment, constant live fun. So I would come down if you can, at least to that, a grand finale event. So get to all those Diversity Week events if you can, and really feel like you get something out of that.
Well, it sounds like great fun.
Yeah.
I'm so enthusiastic and impressed by the fact that these have become such really major events. The Village Fair, and now this whole week.
And I think a lot of the week comes with the collaboration that we've had. So Diversity Committee is working with community resources, and we're working with residents, with the PFLAG group. So that really just makes the events even more special, because it's coming from every angle here on campus. So I hope everybody can come out and be together. We have staff and residents, and we know we have a very diverse staff here. So it's good to see them and let them have kind of a good celebration for everybody. So.
Yes, we were certainly pleased that Human Resources has reached out to the PFLAG group on several occasions recently. I think this kind of collaboration produces a much more exciting event, and so we have been quite enthusiastic about that. Well, Kelly, all this sounds great. Are you organizing much of this?
I'm involved. I'm not the chair of the Diversity Committee, but anything.
Who is the chair?
The chair is Yolanda Ruiz, and she is over in Garden Ridge, and she has just been doing a great job in delegating. So our whole committee, everybody has a portion of this, you know. So whether it's working on flyers, people delegate that, or contacting the vendors, contacting the residents. It's just a complete team effort. If we didn't have a full committee, it wouldn't be able to be done. So that's really fun too, to work on this committee. And for me, with community resources, I'm used to planning these events, but it's kind of a different thing when you're with a whole committee, a big committee of people doing it. And it's really been nice to see how everybody works together, and it's really coming together, and we're all helping each other on that. So.
Well, I think this is terrific. I'm delighted that all of this is happening, and I think the community will certainly respond to this. Though sounds good.
Yeah. So look for flyers. They'll be coming out on the bulletin board soon with all these events.
Are we going to get flyers in our cubbies?
I don't think
probably.
We might do a cubby stuffer with just all the events on one. I think we'll do that.
That would make sense.
And then you'll look on the bulletin boards and scroll for individual flyers as well. So I think they should be going up today or sometime early this week. Right. And also check the bulletin boards soon this week. I'm going to be posting pictures from the Village Fair. So you might see your face up there if you had a table, if you were enjoying the fun. That's going to be up on the bulletin boards probably later today or tomorrow. So that's always a fun little thing when we put the bulletins on with pictures from our latest events. So.
All right. Well, Kelly, all this sounds good. I see our time is about up here. Anything that you want to leave us with, or are we pretty much covered here?
I can give just one last thing. So we talked all about diversity and the big events that we plan. I just want to let anyone know if they have a new interest or group they want to start, just come to me and we can make it easy. We'll help you book rooms. We'll be kind of your liaison and get the community going. So if we have so many things going on here, but maybe there's one little niche that's missing, that's something you used to love to do, or you want to meet people who have the same interests as you, just come talk to us, any of the community resources coordinators, and we can make that group happen here. So that's the really exciting thing. anything's possible at Green Spring.
All right, all right. You mean there actually may be some areas that are not covered?
You'd be surprised. There is.
No, I absolutely believe you. And I think that's an excellent invitation.
Yeah.
All right. Well, Kelly, thanks so much for coming in this morning. We will look forward to Diversity Week and all the things going on with it.
Thank you, Marcia.